Do you mind introducing yourself for me?
Hi, I'm Allison Woodward, and I am the studio director of Calhoun Academy of Dance. And this is our second semi-full year in operation, and I live here in Jacksonville.
How long have you been working as a dance teacher?
I started teaching my first class, solo class, at the age of like 11 or 12 by accident. I was supposed to assist somebody, and the teacher never showed up. And week after week, it was excuse after excuse. And I kept running the class. And so finally, the dance teacher director said, okay, this class is yours. And it was a class of babies, like 3 and 4-year-olds. And so, I started teaching really young, but up to that point, I was leading warm-ups and doing stuff like that, specifically for tap.
In your opinion, what is the most difficult part of your job?
The most difficult part, I think, of the job is deciding what is really important to you as a studio owner and guiding your studio in that direction compared to necessarily what students or parents may decide that you want. There's tons of different studios out there, and they all operate differently, and they all have different theories and different ways of doing things. And sometimes you have to understand that while you may love a student and want to have students, your studio is not the best fit, and it's okay for them to go somewhere else. But to stay true to what your vision of your studio is and to keep pushing it in that direction, and eventually you will find the students that fit in with that idea and profile, and to not be swayed and pushed by what everyone else is doing.
What type of person succeeds in this field?
You need to be self-determined and self-driven, especially starting up. In Arizona, where I'm from, a lot of people say you're lucky to survive your first year, that a lot of studios close after a year. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to mop the floor. I did that yesterday. No one's going to take out trash. I need to do that today. But also no one's going to plan the summer schedule. No one's going to plan the registration days. No one's going to come up on a Saturday. You have to be willing to do it all. You can't fall in love with one part of it and not be willing to do the rest. And that would be my daughter, who's also here with us playing. Yes, she just turned 1.
What is your favorite age group to work with and why?
I don't know. All of them always sound so fun the first 15 minutes of class. And then sometimes towards the 45-50 minute mark, all age groups cannot sound fun. I'm definitely not meant to be a kindergarten teacher. I love them, and they are hysterical, but wow, they are draining. All I can say is, kindergarten teachers, please be happy your children do not wear tap shoes. Because then they get to make noise with their feet and their mouth. But I really do enjoy all ages. It just depends on, what's going on. I teach them all, but yeah, not a kindergarten teacher.
What skills should I possess that are important in this field?
Organizational skills, parent-teacher relations, student relations. Do not be one of the most difficult ones. I think a lot of dance studio owners have is confrontation. Is one, if there's a conversation you have to have with a parent or a conversation you have to have with a student, and they either try to put it off or beat around the bush instead of sitting them down and having that discussion. So, but major organizational skills between costumes and classes and payment and teachers and parents and information and recital and tickets and shirts. And, but just those teacher relations and parent relations and making sure you can have those conversations.
What is your favorite style of dance to teach?
I love tap. I'm a tap dancer. I love it. It's just always clicked for me, no pun intended. And I love the different rhythms. I love coming up with different styles. I love how you can speed it up, slow it down, you can dance to fast music, slow music, lyrical tap. There's always something new and different to do with it.
What is one tip you could give me to help improve myself in the field of dance?
My thing would be to stay current. A lot of dance studios get stuck in whatever age or era, I guess I could say, that the dance studio grew up dancing and the stuff that was popular back then. Some teachers or studio owners are so afraid to go out and it's one thing to look and see what other people are coming up with and creating. It's another thing to try and run everything the same way they are. Dance is always evolving and changing. And so if you don't keep up with that, eventually, your studio will pass by because it doesn't do what everyone else or know what everyone else is doing. Mm-hmm. So dance competitions are good to see what's new. I try not to watch So You Think You Can Dance just because I'm afraid of subconsciously stealing choreography. But, stuff like that is just good to remain current and see what's going on out there.
All right. Thank you.
Well, welcome.